Hey YouTube. Hey everybody out there in this amazing world. Today I am going to talk about accountability. Accountability. So you already know I like to talk. Excuse me. And I kind of like to talk sometimes on my break because it literally helps me through my day. You guys have no idea. I you Google surgical technology, you Google surgical technologists and just see where I would say people rate this profession far as the stress level. Highly stress level when you speak about careers and occupations. But I'm so blessed. This is not me complaining. This is me stating facts. I'm in a highly stressful environment, and I'm sure other people can relate. Period. And what causes some of this stress? What causes some of this uncertainty about the facility that you're in and the environment that you're in? For me, I feel like obviously you need to be trustworthy and respectful and um someone who is able to adapt and just go with the flow kind of motion because it changes at the drop of a dime. But I think one major component is accountability. Hold yourself accountable, be accountable. And I feel like as I travel, and I have traveled, okay, and I have been doing this for years, a lot of years, a little bit over 16 years to be exact, traveling for over 15 of those years. Some people, let me really touch on that too. And I'm not speaking to everybody. When I say some, that's some. I'm not trying to just generalize it, but there are just some people, some places, the majority of those people are not being held accountable, aren't holding themselves accountable, not putting not putting themselves into the equation. If they just like, for example, if you know that you're going to win the if you do a group kind of thing, group pool, okay, let's talk about slot channels and their group pools. If you know you're going to win excuse me, $100,000 and the buy-in is 1,000, you're darn right. People are going to put in that $1,000 because they know the outcome. Now we know that's not the real world, okay, but that is in a way how some of the things play out in my profession. People, they don't want to put in like maybe their 2 cents or their efforts if they don't know for certain that something big and so positive is going to happen. And I look at that as maybe fear, being afraid. You still need to be accountable, even if you don't know the outcome. For say, let's put some things back, and maybe because I put some things back last night here at work, I put a lot of things back, and maybe I come into work and someone says, "Hey, I wanted that to stay there," or I didn't want you to move that," or "You put this in the wrong place," or "We don't want you to put those particular things back." Well, my what how I would think about it is you might need to communicate better. That's always a thing, you know. Hey, lack of communication, it does causes extra problems, extra stress, extra issues when they can just when it can be all resolved and then not even get to that point. But on top of that is I'm gonna take myself. I'm gonna be accountable for that. I'm gonna say, hey, I put those things back, or I placed those things there. I'm gonna explain myself if I'm given the opportunity, but the common denominator in all of that is some might say, well, communication. I feel like that's a subject you is automatic. I mean, you have to communicate, especially in the surgical field. I mean, let's hope and pray we communicate, right? Be like, I'm not going to that hospital and having a procedure done if they're not communicating. So we're just gonna automatically, say that we communicate. But the accountability part, I think that, like I said, I feel like some people are afraid, or, well, I don't know what they want. I'm not going to put this back. I'm not going to do this. So I am I am nervous. So, and I want to be held accountable. I'm not going to put I'm not going to put myself into that situation. But even though there are things that is clutter, things need to be put up, we it would expedite. For instance, it's how I did things last night, which a lot of people, were very proactive and positive and coming to me and saying, hey, whoever did that, thanks a lot, blah 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 blah. That does feel good. I mean, the other parts would be that probably wouldn't feel good is like, well, this always stays there, and so shouldn't put this up, or whoever put this up didn't put it back in the right spot, or it's not good. Okay, well, again, accountability, no matter what, be it maybe constructive criticism or something super positive, it should not matter. Okay, we can't read the future, and that's just the way life is. Hold yourself accountable. Okay, hold yourself accountable. I think that it is probably the next best thing to slice bread. Accountability is it's it's so respectful, it's so loving, it's so honest, it's so awesome when you can say, hey, I'm holding myself accountable, and I'm gonna accept the accountability and the challenges that come with it. Because sometimes we don't get things right, and sometimes we're gonna make mistakes, and sometimes you might have to be the bigger person and apologize, and sometimes you're gonna agree, sometimes you're gonna disagree. But just keep in mind with that accountability, who else can relate? Do you sometimes not hold yourself accountable because um or you don't want to be in a situation because you don't want to be held accountable, be it in your family, at work, whatever the issue is, whatever the situation is. Talk to me. Let me know in the comments. I am just here at work, and I promise on it I go through these things. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye bye.